What it do, YouTube? Welcome into the Miami Dolphins 2018 offseason preview. To be honest with you, 2017 was a huge disappointment. I don't think I've ever been more disgusted and angry with the Miami Dolphins. So much promise for us this year. Coming off of a playoff season, the 2016 season, to not even making the playoffs. Coming in third place in the AFC East. Extremely disappointed. But y'all know how this works. Y'all been watching it the last 2 years. We're going to start it off with the quarterback position. Honestly, we got Jay Cutler. Signed on at the beginning of training camp. Hey, people have mixed feelings about him. Honestly, to be honest with you, people were a little bit I think based off where he's been, people judge him off of that and basically didn't give him a fair shot at him being our starting quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. I'm not gonna lie, the man he struggled at the beginning, but hey, that goes to show. It comes with rust. You can forget he only played 3 games in 2016, but as the season progressed, he did show that he can make plays. He can still make the plays that we know that he can make. Now, this year with the Dolphins, 19 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. He missed 2 games, one due to a concussion, the other one due to bruised ribs. But let's be honest here. The question of Matt Moore and Jay Cutler obviously are not better quarterbacks than Ryan Tannehill. I was disappointed. I wasn't exactly disappointed with Jay Cutler's play, but I was expecting a lot more from him. And this wouldn't be a Miami Dolphins preview, 2018 preview, without talking about Ryan Tannehill. Yes, he will be back off of an ACL tear that he suffered in minicamp. Hey, I cannot wait. And like I said, the question has been answered. Ryan Tannehill is the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins because Jay Cutler can't get it done. And Matt Moore definitely cannot get it done. At the running back position, you have your boy bursting onto the scene, Kenyan Drake. Now, I always have faith in Kenyan Drake before, but when he got drafted, I kind of felt like the backfield was getting a little bit crowded, but I didn't think in my wildest dreams that Jay Ajayi would have got traded earlier on in the season, and Kenyan Drake would have had to carry the load with Damian Williams. But Kenyan Drake, starting in week 9, he got his first start in week 9 against the Oakland Raiders. He had 133 carries and had 644 yards and 3 touchdowns throughout the remainder of the season. And you forget, he scored the first rushing touchdown for the Miami Dolphins. So that's got to be a huge accomplishment. On top of, I cannot wait to see what he can do next year in a full season for the Miami Dolphins, because he got fresh legs. Man's never been a starter throughout his college career, and he finally gets his opportunity now as the Miami Dolphins starter. Damian Williams, to be honest with you, I hate to say it, but I was actually kind of happy that he got hurt, because he seemed like he was going to be the starter for the Miami Dolphins and not Kenyan Drake, or they were going to try to like split the two. But like I said, like I have my grudges against Damian Williams. Like sometimes he just be doing a little bit too much, and he just be causing us turnovers. But 46 carries, 181 yards, no TDs for him. It's a great matchup problem. Him and Kenyan Drake are excellent complements to Adam Gase's offense, being receiving backs out of the backfield, line up as receivers, causing up matchup problems, like I said, getting the linebacker on them. Like, they just excellent running backs, and I can't wait to see what they can do in 2018. The question everybody is asking: will the Miami Dolphins sign back Jarvis Landry? Now, he was the only consistent receiver for the Miami Dolphins. 112 receptions, 987 yards, 9 TDs. Remember last year I said he will not be considered as an elite receiver. He doesn't score over 10 touchdowns, because on an average through his first 4 seasons he's only scored four touchdowns. Like, that's not getting it done. And like, hey, the receptions are up there. He's only like 13 yards short of 1,000. So hey, that man's elite. when it comes down to it, he's gonna have to be paid top dollar because he played like an elite receiver. Like, hey, we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully he signs the deal, but hey, we still got the franchise tag. Still can rely on the franchise tag for him. Kenny Stills, 58 catches, 847 yards, and 6 TDs. He did regress a little bit, but hey, what can I say? Tannehill wasn't exactly the starter. Had the flip flop at quarterback. It just seemed like Jay Cutler just didn't have a chemistry down with Kenny Stills, because his catch average went down too. He was averaging like 19 per catch, and this year it went to all the way down to I believe 14. So I expect him to make big plays in 2018. Devontae Parker. I would have to say he would be the most disappointing Miami Dolphin this season. 57 catches, 670 yards, and only 1 touchdown. Devontae Parker is supposed to be our red zone threat. He needed to step up and make plays, and he just did not do that. Every single time I saw an interception thrown, it was Devontae Parker in the vicinity. Look, I'm not going to sit back and point the finger, but to be honest, I'm just thinking it's like a lack of communication between him and Jay Cutler. It's funny how all the other receivers can communicate with him except for him. Either the ball's bouncing off his hands and it's going into the defender's hands, or he's just not paying attention and not running the right route and ends up going the other way. Who knows? But I'm sorry. This is the final straw for me with Devontae Parker. I think it's time for him to bounce up out of here, dogs. Like, trade him. Give somebody else an opportunity to be that red zone threat for us, because I'm tired of giving Devontae Parker chances. Jakeem Grant. I expect him to make a big impact in 2018. I was extremely disappointed about how he was involved so late in the offense, because of the fact that we saw Tyreek Hill where he did his rookie season with the Kansas City Chiefs, and I was thinking, okay, Jakeem Grant got explosive speed. We could do some things with him. Throw some screens to him, like they did that in the Week 16 game against the Chiefs. They did that. I don't know why it took them so long to do it, but they ended up doing that. Now, on the season, he had 13 catches, 203 yards, 2 TDs, and just in that Week 16 game, like I said, he had 107 yards on 4 catches. Like, Jakeem Grant can make some plays. I just want to see Adam Gase and the Miami Dolphins give him the opportunity to make some plays. Simple as that. At tight end, we got Julius Thomas, another disappointing player. 45 catches, 388 yards, and 3 TDs. He's not getting it done. I'm starting to think that it was just a Peyton Manning product, something that Peyton Manning could only perfect into a diamond. That's what I'm starting to think, because that's just not getting it done. Better than, I don't know what it is over the past couple of seasons as far as the Miami Dolphins tight ends. Jordan Cameron couldn't get it done. Remember Dustin Keller. Oh my goodness, I really thought Dustin Keller would have been a promising tight end, but just did not get it done. Charles Clay was basically the only one that could get it done, but I think that tenure for Charles Clay was extremely short-lived, and we just did not pay him the money. But this guy right here, AJ Derby, I hope he gets the opportunity to be the Miami Dolphins starter. I like what I see from him. 6'5", 255 pounds, a great mixed breed of a receiving threat, also great in blocking. I can't complain. I would love to see him in the Miami Dolphins uniform as the starter. Laremy Tunsil. I'm disappointed in him too, to be honest with you. Like, this year in the draft, I'm praying, dog. I'm really praying that we go out and we get a tackle. Move Tunsil back to guard because he thrived in guard, and let's just go ahead and get a tackle because he's just not looking like a #1 draft pick at tackle, period. As the season went on, I'm not going to lie, as the season went on, he did look a little bit better. But let's just move him back at guard and just call it a day, and then we'll move on from there. Left guard, Ted Larson. To be honest with you, I didn't see enough from him during the course of the season. He was injured throughout the first half with a bicep injury. The offensive line play got a little bit more consistent as the season went on. I can't really say it's for Ted Larson. Ted Larson being the reason for that. I can't really say, but I'm satisfied with the way that Ted Larson played. Now, looking at Jesse Davis, look, I like Jesse Davis, man. This man is versatile, can play tackle, can play guard. I would like to see him in a Miami Dolphins uniform in 2018. Now, Mike Pouncey, on the other hand, look, he's the leader of the offense, leader of the offensive line, basically the only consistent offensive lineman, but we got to finesse him a little bit due to that hip injury. Like, he got to take, like, he's like, I think he's messing up the chemistry as far as the Miami Dolphins offensive line because of the fact that he does not practice all week long. He like take practices off, and like it's I think it's messed up the chemistry with the offensive line for the Miami Dolphins. I may be wrong, but hey, that's just my opinion. But I think it may be time to move on from Mike Pouncey. Right guard Isaac Asiata, disappointed in him too. Didn't even hit the field. Did not even hit the field. So we don't even get this chance to see what he could possibly do. But Jamal Bushrod, he ain't the greatest guard, but he ain't the worst, and he ain't the weak link either. But it's all right as far as when it comes to Jamal Bushrod. I can't really say good or bad things about him. Now you look at Jawan James. I love the way he played until he got injured. I love the way he played. I would love, boy, if we do not pay him next year, I'm gonna be so mad. I think he possibly could have been the best offensive lineman for the Miami Dolphins this year. Now this guy we got off of, I believe it was the Kansas City Chiefs practice squad, Zach Stirrup. This man is 6'9". I like what I see from him. I want to see what he could do with a full offseason and a full offseason training camp, OTAs, mini camp, and I think he could compete for the starting tackle spot. I really think that he can, but I guess we'll see. Well, I guess we'll see later on. At the left end position, we have William Hayes. William Hayes, to be honest with you, went down, had a season-ending injury with a back injury. 19 tackles, only had 1 sack. I like his versatility. He could play defensive tackle, could play defensive end. To be honest, when it comes down to the Miami Dolphins defensive line, we invested the most money in the Miami Dolphins defensive line. We should have had a lot more production out of this position, and we did not. Now, next up is Cam Wake, but obviously I don't know what it is about Madden. They be doing him dirty with his rating. They be doing him dirty in the franchise. They just want to be retiring him every single year. So you're just gonna have to go out word of mouth here. You're not gonna get a picture for that. But he had 36 tackles, 10.5 sacks. This man is not letting up, man. He's 36 years old. He's not letting up. This man is looking good. Literally looking good. This man's literally gonna be a Miami Dolphin for life. Like I said, the Miami Dolphins defensive line was the highest paid, and the production just was not there. I'm disappointed. I'm sorry. I'm just disappointed with the Miami Dolphins defensive line. Should have got a lot more pressure on the quarterback. Charles Harris was our first round pick. 19 tackles, 2 sacks. He was kind of like shuffling in and out with the rest of the defensive linemen, but I expect his role to increase next year in 2018. Now, Andre Branch, to be honest with you, I'm disappointed in his play too, because sometimes I felt like he just was invisible. 23 tackles, 4.5 sacks. This past offseason, he signed a three-year deal, $24 million. To be honest, we should have just kept Olivier Vernon. We keep going over this. Olivier Vernon should have just been kept, because Olivier Vernon basically getting the same amount, just a 7-year deal. We could have finessed that, to be honest with you. But hey, it is what it is. Again, the defensive line is the most money that was invested the most money in. We should have produced a whole lot more. Period. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Defensive tackle, the highly controversial Ndumakong. 48 tackles, 4.8 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. What can I say? This man's a dominant force. Everybody else just has to step up and make plays for him. Another successful season. I honestly think you have to sit back and watch every single game of the Miami Dolphins to see the impact that Ndumakong makes for the squad. Devon Godchaux. As the season progressed, I felt like he was looking a little bit better than Jordan Phillips. I thought he did a pretty decent job. 40 tackles, 1 forced fumble. Didn't get a sack, but hey, this is rookie year. It's like this defensive front was rotating in and out. I can't complain. Jordan Phillips, this might be his final straw, man. This might be his final straw. Like he had this is his last year for him to show consistency at the defensive tackle position, and he didn't. 16 tackles, 2 sacks. It's not getting it done, man. Got to do a little bit better. But I think this might be the end of Jordan Phillips' tenure with the Miami Dolphins, to be honest with you. Cole Macy retired, so don't even worry about him. Lawrence Timmons, 84 tackles, but I felt like he was misused. I felt like he should have been moved back to middle linebacker, but hey, to each his own. I'm not the coach, but 84 tackles, no forced fumbles, no interceptions, not getting it done. But I did notice his impact for the Miami Dolphins. I can't complain about his game, but we'll see what happens next year. Now, Raekwon McMillan, obviously he tore his ACL in the preseason game. We don't know what we're gonna get out of him, but hey, the future is bright for the Miami Dolphins linebacker core. So I wouldn't exactly invest in drafting a linebacker in the draft. Now, sitting at middle linebacker, to be honest with you, you got Chase Allen. I wasn't exactly cool with Chase Allen because he was a straight up liability and pass defense. I was not impressed. 40 tackles, 1 forced fumble. I'm not exactly, like I said, I'm not impressed with those numbers. But I think that either Raekwon McMillan should be moved to middle linebacker or Lawrence Timmons should be moved to middle linebacker. But Chase Allen had his opportunity. I'm not impressed. Let's move on. Kiko Alonso. Now, people keep saying that they're disappointed in Kiko Alonso's his production on the field this year. 115 tackles, 1 sack, 2 forced fumbles. Yeah, there were times where he was a little bit spotty and inconsistent, but still, I thought he did a decent job. I can't really say that he played bad, but I'm not disappointed in his play. I can't say I'm disappointed in his play. Now, we made a trade with the New Orleans Saints for Stephon Anthony. I've been campaigning to get Stephon Anthony on the field for 2017. And I felt like he was just bought in as a role player. I think this man is a quality starter. I thought this is how I thought the depth chart should have went. It should have been Stephon Anthony on one side, of outside linebacker, Lawrence Timmons in the middle, and then it should have been Kiko Alonso on the other outside. I thought that would have been an excellent trio right there. But it ended up not happening. Stephon Anthony showed flashes of making good plays against the New England Patriots and other teams that like to spread you out with their running backs. He made plays. He literally made plays. So I expect for his role as well to increase going into the 2018 season. At cornerback, we have Bobby McCain. Honestly, I like him as a nickel corner. Outside of a nickel corner, can't really do much. Had 48 tackles, 1 sack, and 2 picks. Feisty corner, like I always say. He's not afraid to make the tackle. I like him. Tony Lippett, obviously, he did not play last year because he tore his ACL as well. To be honest with you, it's going to be extremely interesting to see exactly what they decide to do because we have a lot of depth at this cornerback position. Well, I told you last year Byron Maxwell was not going to stay on the squad. He didn't stay, but I can't wait to see what's going to happen this training camp as far as the cornerback position. Xavier Howard finally got a full season of work in. To be honest with you, he showed some serious confidence back-to-back weeks. Coming off of playing against Denver, got 2 picks, and coming off in New England and making 2 picks. Xavier Howard, he has an extremely bright future. 48 tackles, 1 sack. Like I said, he had 4 picks. But yeah, I like him as a starter. Cordrea Tankersley, he was a little bit inconsistent for me too. But when it comes to being a rookie, there are growing pains. I think it was a lack of communication sometimes in zone coverage, because I did see a lot of blown coverages. And Cordrea Tankersley was in the vicinity. I'm not exactly going to blame him for that, but like I expect a year or 2 for him to step it up and actually show me something and make some plays. TJ McDonald, suspended for the first 8 games of the season. Came in, made a huge impact. I like his aggressiveness as a safety. 45 tackles, 1 interception. I beg you. There's rumors going around trying to make him a hybrid linebacker. Don't switch his position. Keep him at where he's at. He can make plays where he's at. I like him where he is at. It's a great compliment to Reshad Jones. They can rotate, play in the box, and this man will put the murder game down at will. He will make sure that ball carrier is down. Reshad Jones, the best safety in the league. I said it. I did. The best safety in the league. 122 tackles, 1.5 sack, and 2 interceptions. I'm not exactly God numbers, but pretty good numbers for a safety. I can't complain about his games. Man's everywhere, makes all the tackles in the box, from the safety position, from the deep zone area, makes plays. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Can't say nothing negative about his game. Let's look at Cody Parkey for a second, right? Last year against the Browns, he cost the Browns basically the game. He missed 2 field goals to win them the game. And then we bring him in this year. He had 20. He was 21 for 23. His 2 misses were beyond 50 yards. Hey, he either has got to be a Miami Dolphins fan on the low, or he just didn't have any confidence playing with the Browns. But I liked how Cody Parkey played, to be honest with you. I did. I miss Andrew Franks, but Cody Parkey, this boy's got a leg, dog. He's got a leg. And then, of course, the rookie, Matt Hawk. This dude's got a leg, too. When I saw him punting that ball, he punted that joint inside the 20. He made some serious plays punting the ball. But there you go. That is your Miami Dolphins 2018 offseason preview. Make sure that you guys stay tuned for the free agency part of it. But again, don't be shy to leave a comment in the comment section of what you think of the Miami Dolphins season. You know what it is. If you enjoy the content, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. This is GreatOne DeVore. I'm up out of here.